baby's home. Cairo, Cairo is my baby's home. One bad Cairo night won't be long. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Catch you riding and take you off your feet. Shoot you, knock you, teach you and cut you too. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. They get through the graveyard, then for you. Cairo, Cairo, babe. Cairo, Cairo, babe. Women in Cairo send you down to your grave.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Christmas live stream number 2. Last week we had a Christmas song as well. So today, this morning, this evening, today anyway, we're gonna do 2 songs, Silent Night and one song that Elvis Presley made very famous, Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, both in open G tuning. So if you have a guitar that's in open G, great. If not, you can maybe use this time until we start, which is going to be in about 10 minutes, and then you can tune in with that. But we'll start as we usually do with a welcome song. And ooh, that's right. Thank you, Geir. For some reason, I get... All right. Let's deal with technical issues, and we're solved. Yeah. That's right, David. You and I both use Ecamm, and it's nothing wrong with the software, but it's just that I thought I've saved the configuration where I had the microphone on and not muted, because when I'm playing this intro song, then I'm muted, which is natural, right? But I'll see. I'll take care of it so that it doesn't happen again. All right, I'm back. Mac is back. A rhyme of the day. Oh God. Okay. Walking down Main Street, going down Bill, looking for the one they call Lucy. She done moved to Kansas City. She done moved to Kansas City. She done moved, honey, where they want I the Mississippi River, so long to even why. The woman I've been loving, she's on the other side. She done moved to Kansas City. She done moved to Kansas City. She done moved, honey, where they want I. I'll play a long time now. Streets of this lonesome Scandinavian land, try to put all them pretty women under my command. She's gonna move to Kansas City. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move, honey, where they want I am. Kansas City. I'm gonna move to Kansas City. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move, honey, where they want I. I'm gonna move, honey, where they want I. Right. Yeah. And I deliberately muted myself just when I'm changing the guitar and all that. But all right. So folks, today we're going to work with two songs, and I'll just grab my slide and the metal one and the glass one, just to show the differences. So how's everybody doing? Are you preparing for the Christmas? Jeez, it's on Saturday. It's coming closer and closer. Actually, I just noticed that. You seeing this little guy over there? My mascot, my little trademark. a slide villain called Philip. He's green and he's yellow, so he's in Christmas colors. That's great. So what do you think I've been doing since the last week? Well, I've been assembling my new pedal board. So I think I'll just show you the last week's first. Second. Blues, slow blues in E. Let's just do it as we usually do. All right, this was a little bit punchier than usual. We almost got into a shuffle, but I liked it this way today. Really improvised. That's nice. Good. So I guess I'll start off with this, just a little bit about the pedal board. It's going to take 1 minute. So this is the old pedal board where I had this MS3 Boss, and I still have it. It's right here behind me on the old pedal board, which is here beneath. And I've talked about reasons why I switched, because it's very cumbersome to work with this when you're in a live situation. So you really need to prepare to 150% with what you're going to play, how you're going to play it, and then you can switch between different setups, right, and boards within this. But you can't do too much on the spot in between two songs or something. So yes, it's a, you know, it's a luxury problem, but at the same time it's gonna make a lot of things easier. And in the end, I have to admit, I like TC Electronics modulations a little bit more than these that are built in here. So what I did is that I bought me the Plethora X5 effect switcher and modular, which means each of these 5 channels can be an effect. It can be an effect loop when you bring in external pedals that you want to bring into this system. You can switch places of these, which you could, to tell you the truth, on this one as well. You can switch places for different effects, but here it's everything in front of my eyes, and I can just press this little switch up here and I can switch into the edit mode and really change things on the fly, and that's it. So this was the old pedal board when I was really done with it, and this was a neat setup underneath with a power supply. And this is the big pedal board where I removed some of the pedals that I could build into this big one. And then what was left here, and I couldn't have, was this pipeline tremolo, this howl reverb. I couldn't bring in this. I could, but I mean that would be extra pedals on the side of that pedal board, so it would be just too cumbersome, and I couldn't have this compressor. But things have changed, so I got me this pedal board, which is a bit higher. It's the same width of it, but it's a little bit higher. So underneath it looks like this right now. It's still a little bit of a mess because I'm not sure if everything's going to be working totally 150%. And this is how the pedal board looks now. So it's a bit bigger, and I have the Plethora here, the expression and volume pedal here. This is the overdrive, this is the compressor, Octaver by Boss, and I have examined. Last week I told you a little bit about what this Octaver does, and the sub and bass Octaver does not do in the Plethora, which means on this one I can really assign the octaves only on the bass strings and maybe just a little bit, a touch on the 4th string. So I really can have and emulate a bass guitar playing together with me, which is great if you want to loop something, if you're playing in a very kind of naked situation where you're all alone and you really want to kind of stretch out a little bit. That's it. And the B9, which is a organ simulator, right? So or emulator, I don't know how to call it, but it's a great effect by Electro Harmonics. So that's what I've got now, and the configuration is that all these effects are connected together in this usual order when you have a pedal board, which means that the compressor comes first, then the overdrive pedal comes next, and then all of the rest of the stuff, which means go like a 1, number 2. Oh, let me show you this way. Maybe, no, it's like this. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then they come into the Plethora, and I can place this loop of pedals wherever I want in this chain. So the next week, when we're kind of taking it easy after the Christmas, I'm going to be showing you what I've done, and I'll be demonstrating some of the effects and some of the presets and all of this. So the next Monday it's gonna be like it's called, in Sweden, it's called the second day of Christmas. And that's usually a day when you really kind of rest and all that. So I'm going to do some resting and preparing for the live stream and doing these effect combinations. And I hope to show you some nice sounds over there. But we have come to the theme of today. Merry Christmas, everybody. And here's a song. Right, so the melody. There's another variation of that melody could be. So let me play that with the slide. So there are several ways to do this with slide, but let's start with this one first. Sorry. So it's kind of, if you want to play it as a waltz and with a little bit of backup, and that would be some kind of a suggesting how this could be done. But the plain melody is, if somebody else would play, let's say, if I ever jam with David Hunt, I'd love to play this with him. So David, get ready. This first part of the melody, the first note is not with slide, it's on open first string. It sounds right. So if I wanted to play this with a slide, then I will. So I have those melody notes with a slide on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, glide to the 5th fret, back to 3rd, and then glide up 1 string on the 3rd string on the 4th fret. This craves a little bit of dampening with your picking hand, which means right? This sounds much more beautiful than let's compare it. So it's much more musical, it's much more expressive. You can vibrate this note according to your feeling while you're playing it. So let me show you the damping techniques for this to work. So the first note, and this is considering that I'm not going to be playing any backup, so I can even use my thumb to dampen the 3rd string, and then I pick the 2nd string. And you can also see that I'm dampening the 1st string as well, and the 3rd, and then I'm just picking the 2nd string. And then either I would just jump to this note. I think it sounds more beautiful. So you have this. So you glide from the note to the note. So at this very moment, you need to dampen after you've played this. So when you move from the 3rd fret with a slide on the 2nd string, just a little bit backwards, and then I dampen both the 2nd and the 3rd string with these 2 fingers. So my index and middle finger move from the 1st and the 2nd string to the 2nd and 3rd. In the same moment that I move them there, and by that I just dampen the strings, I only pick the 3rd string and glide with a slide to the 4th fret. So one more time. So this technique gives you a very few kind of harmonics and overtones that you sometimes might want, but in this particular situation I don't want them. So I'm dampening behind the slide as soon as I can. So let's move on. So the most important part is to vibrate the note until the last kind of millisecond before you switch the note, because otherwise it would be choppy. It would be like a... Right? It should be more musical than that. And then you have the... So this is a nice way to glide from that note. But that same note here, on the 4th fret on the 1st string, is also up here on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. So it depends. If you want to play it like this, right? So otherwise you can play like this. And then you'll have to move. So these 2 together. So the thing is that in some parts of the melody, it's beautiful that I can do... You can really glide with that note as if you were singing. So the slide is very resemblant of the human voice, of those glissando moving of in between notes, like right. It's only the violin, cello, big bass, double bass can do that, and slide. And then so the first one. So this is what the slide position on the chord of D on the 7th fret can give us some improvising kind of possibilities up here. So when I go to then so those things can be done if you play the chord. If you don't, if you just do it like this. But from here, you can maybe do it more musically to go back to the G note, like a... So sometimes you won't even pick with your picking hand. You would just come to the note, right, with a slide at the right moment, like a... So I just... See, my bass comes only when I come with a slide to the 5th fret of the 1st string to the note of G. That's where they meet, the big bass G and the octave up. So one more time. Sorry, and then we come to the C chord. So let's analyze this. What's happening here? So I go to the C chord on the 5th fret, and from here I can choose two ways. It's like you're on a crossroad, so left or right. So my left, from looking at the guitar from above, the left path would be, and then, and this is something that I can do on the fly, but not when I'm analyzing it, playing it slowly, because then I make mistakes. But anyway, the technique is that you fret the second string on the 3rd fret, and then you place the slide on the 1st string on the 4th fret. So you place these thirds, harmony melodies, right? But you play it with a slide. So this takes some practice, of course, but it's actually, as soon as you notice that you can relax with your vibrating hand, then it's quite easy to just add a fretted note, and the rest is just the same as if you would just play this note, and then just to add this second note. So there are some kind of melody lines that I used to practice with in order to get this into my kind of fingers, and that you don't have to think about that. And I'm using this lick in many songs. So in Silent Night will be like a, and this note, open second string, will be here. So this, we have the harmony up here on the 10th fret, so 7th fret. So we come back to this 3rd fret and the 4th fret, and then we play just the G note. And then, so this will be second path from so I would definitely do one of each because I like them both, but this second one can be done in different ways. So if you have the control over the slide, and maybe this technique of so that you know which chord you're playing. Of course, each time you're on the 7th fret, you're playing the D. 5th fret, you're in C, in open G tuning. But the thing of getting the control, which strings you're picking with your picking hand, is this can be more bluesy, but it can also be very harmonic, like in Hawaiian songs maybe. So let's go back to Silent Night. Let's go. That's one way. So it can be. So you can even fret the 5th fret chord, and then play the open string. You're there already, but you can also play it here. So the difference between all strings open and just ringing and this, I think this is much more concrete, and as soon as you let the strings ring, you gave them all the freedom of doing whatever they want. When you fret them, when you really decide on which harmonic part of a scale or of within a couple of octaves, because here we have 3 octaves from the big bass G, two octaves, right? Twice, 8 notes. And I think it sounds quite nice here. And then as soon as I can, I will always use harmonics and the thirds when you have this melody like a... I got lost in translation, lost in my playing, so I want to see what you guys were saying earlier. David, sounds great. I love the balance today. Okay, I hope you're referring to vocals and the guitar. Thank you. That's nice to hear. Oh, I know what this is about. This is about a pedalboard, right? Yeah, okay, sorry. Gas. Oh, and yeah, David Hunt, gear acquisition syndrome is sometimes necessary, and thank you so much. Thank you. I was trying to justify my choice of, changing the pedalboard and why do it here, why spending more money when, I don't know. Oh, okay. I've been through that 2 live streams ago, so that's it. Thank you. And it's exactly what I think. And as soon as I can grab a chord with a slide, I would do it. But there's also one thing. When I believe that when I'm playing slide, if I play everything with the slide, with the axe, then I'm sometimes losing the joy of it and the major impact of slide playing, which is gliding on to and from the notes or chords. So I always try to incorporate some, both chord playing and some grips in between melody lines, and let's say a little bit different. I think it sounds nice like this, and I would really enjoy playing this through my new pedalboard with a little bit of reverb. And oh, talking about reverb, I think I have some reverb on the guitars. Let me see. A little bit. I've been experimenting with this in my sound card, audio interface, mixer, Roadcaster Pro. I'm almost afraid to talk about gear because it's been too much about gear. Getting back to blues. Okay, so that was about Silent Night. Why don't we just move to Elvis? And actually, we need to give credit to the composers of that song. And they were called Aaron Schroeder and Claude de Maitre. I don't know. I'm getting some reverb from my guitar microphones in my voice as well. Okay. So, Aaron Schroeder or Schroeder and Claude de Maitre wrote this song, Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me. So, I guess you all know the song, but maybe not. So it's like a Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me. Santa, bring my baby back to me. So that's kind of really up tempo. And then Elvis starts singing like, the Christmas tree is ready, candles all aglow. But with my baby far away, what's good as mistletoe? Santa, hear my plea. Santa, bring my baby back to me. Yeah, that's not my key for the singing. But I think the open G tuning is fantastic to give this song some nice melody twists with the slide. So I'll play you and then there's this chorus section where it goes like, please make this reindeers hurry while the time is drawing in. It sure won't seem like Christmas until my baby's here. And then you go back to the verse, right? So that part, I don't know, maybe I'll try to emulate that with slide as well. But the main melody goes like this. Do 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 do. So let's find that on the slide. Right. So it's the same choice if I'm going to play it with slide or just with open strings and the slide. The second part of the melody is really, really easy, and actually there is a lick that I've learned from, I think, early Leadbelly, Huddle Ledbetter, and Sam Mitchell later on. When I started playing with him, I realized how much he's using this lick, this melody line that comes from the 5th fret in open G. So after I've played the 2nd string on the 5th fret here, then I just release the slide and play the open 1st string. So you got, and this can really goes really effective, like in with the slide. So there are a couple of songs that I play that have these kind of melody lines. So remember that one for this, Santa, bring my baby back to me. So if I go from the melody, so. Right? And then you have the. And I'm kind of thinking kind of slow, swingy. In the original, the song goes like right? So I just kind of slow it down a little bit in order to, show you the melody. So it goes, and I like this G6 as a backup chord here. So those are the chords that I chose here. Nothing special, nothing more than these main 3 chords, G, C, D. So let's go to the melody. So this little trick is, right? So I don't do. So I could play this, but I like it when I let it ring deliberately after, because that gives me this opportunity to play those big basses until I cut it again into a little bit more kind of staccato rhythmic playing where I go back to the chord again. So the first one. can be done this way, or so with only one picking of the chord with my picking hand, and then I meet this note on the fifth, on the second string on the fifth fret. So, and then open string and the big bass, and then I go. But these notes can be here. So it's a matter of choice where I want to play them within the whole groove, right? So sometimes I would do. Because that way I would meet this big bass and the chord here, which gives you this nice frequency range of a big bass and a chord and then the melody on top. So when I come to I can rock it in a little bit as well. Good. So let's move on. So it's like a do 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 do. So when I come back here, you can make it a bit more bluesy when you're gonna. Oh, sorry. This note. You can also play it on the big bass. I haven't seen so many colleagues playing these basses. I love doing that. So this is very common, right? But that's also nice. So please make these reindeer hurry. Which time is drawing near. So this is the A chord here. And I can't play the chord at the same time as I'm playing the melody because the melody is up here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I would be too artificial. It's like just playing the slide for the sake of playing the slide when you can really grab the chords or whatever. But the melody itself is like a. That would be nice. Right, okay. For those of you who were not here last week, there's this chord that I play as the D before the G6, and the grip is up here. So it looks like this. So it's not the plain D chord, like this would be D7. Don't ask me what this is. Ask David Hunt. Maybe he can tell you. If he's by his piano keyboard somewhere, then he will know which notes are these. So this is this note here on the third string, this little B flat that comes so beautifully in the D chord, and the big bass, and then comes. So the chorus. Please make this very hurry, the time is drawing near. Then we come to A chord. It sure won't seem like Christmas. So this is nice. So that combined with a big bass. So and so on. So I like very much to play these kind of right. So in this particular case, and then I know that the choir singing behind Elvis is doing this womba 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 boom. And I have that on the basses as well. So if you want to see how to do that, it's just the octaves on the 3rd and the 5th string, from the 7th fret to the 5th. That's right. So I play the G string first. Okay. They can be played in unison, like a, and that comes in the and so on. So this is something that I've been using for a long time, and actually this is something that Charlie Patton and many other of the old blues greats were using, these octaves in open G tuning and open D as well sometimes. It's like a and so on. So this is just a can be done the other way around with a big bass first. All kinds of variations will do. Here comes the master of theory. D augmented or D7 sharp 5. That's great. I'll need to take a screenshot of this or just save it so that I know. Actually, I've heard this chord for the first time when I heard Georgia, when Ray Charles sang it, because that's how he started it. Georgia, and so on. So I've learned everything by ear, which doesn't make me any smarter or than a 5th grader or anybody else. It's just that I've never took any lessons, and I never learned too much of a theory. And I'd love to learn more about harmonies and chord shapes and all that. I know many of them by ear, by playing, by just remembering visually on my fretboard how they're grabbed and how they should be played, but I don't really know which notes there are. And I've tried several times. I mean, there are so many great courses on the internet, and some YouTubers are great to explain those things, but kind of it's almost like when somebody's got a problem with math. Too much mathematics, too much calculating, too much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 13 and all that. And I just get dizzy from that. It's like some people that I know that have this problem with numbers, with figures. So as soon as they try to calculate something like, what's the price of this? We're at the restaurant. Okay, how much is my share? How do we do that? And they get headache, and they get like, oh God, I just can't cope with this. I'm the same when it comes to too much theory, when it comes to music. I just feel inadequate. I'm not good enough. I don't know how to do it. And I just kind of close myself, which is not good, because many times when I have my workshops and people tell me the same thing about learning licks and telling me that, well, okay, you show me these things very slowly. It's fantastic. I really see how I should do it. But when I start doing it, it's too much. And even if you try to break it down into maybe 1 or 2 notes at a time, it can still be too much for some people. So we are all so different, and that diversity is fantastic at the same time. And I mean, I've learned a lot by teaching that tolerance to yourself and to others is very important. And the main things are the urge to help and to learn something new. So for me, when it comes to theory, like, I love this, I'm gonna note this down, and yeah, but I'm not gonna think more about that than necessary. All right, so let's see, did I miss anything from the chat? All right. Oh, that's right. I never said Merry Christmas, everybody. I will now in the end of the live stream, which is amazingly enough about to finish on time for the first time. I'm even early. This is just amazing. So hit me with some questions if you have about anything that I was showing you. If it's okay, you can always go back to this and listen afterwards and analyze what I've done good, what I've done maybe bad, because I missed some of the notes and all that, but that's also natural, especially in this kind of situations. And I actually never played this, neither live or for myself or something. I don't know, I've never really had the urge before I started live streaming, and this was like, oh, Christmas, that's right, those songs are great, I really love them, but are there any of the Christmas songs that I could do on slide? Just see how it would go. Well, fine. So that's why I did these 2 past live streams with the Christmas theme. Good. Yeah, it comes from the right person, because David, you're so inspiring when I listen to your live streams and just relax and listen to your improvisations over sometimes very well-known melodies, especially your left hand, where you're building the chord blocks, which are just amazing, and syncopating between the melody on both hands. So I strongly recommend everybody here to just check David Hunt's live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with different themes each of the days, and that's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my 12 o'clock at noon. So when people who are working in Sweden are eating lunch, they can listen to the live stream. And actually, I did that at my work. I had my computer and a pair of loudspeakers, and I played that during the lunch. So I guess around, I don't know, 20-25 people were hearing that in the background. Like, oh, what's that music, Mac? And so, oh, it's a friend of mine on the internet. Oh, you've met? No, we never met. So some people don't really understand how you can be friends with somebody online just by kind of, loving the same things and appreciating the same values about, how to deal with life, with your friends, with your surrounding and everything. So it's cool. Yeah, Dave's my friend. Good. Yeah, well, actually, when I'm experimenting with the pedalboard, I'm actually wearing my earphones, because there's no way anybody living around me here in the house is going to be able to, well, maybe 2 people, like my daughter and her boyfriend, who are musicians themselves, so that they would understand. But I would just try to see the same effect on 5 or 6 different ways to play it, and to do different modulations and settings and all that. Now, I'll keep my headphones on, but next Monday I will definitely demonstrate at least 3-4 configurations of different sounds for different guitars, and unfortunately I still haven't received the little spare part that I need for my pickup in my main acoustic guitar. So I'll be demonstrating this through my electric guitar maybe, and through the metal guitar. Yeah, so we'll see that. Oh, that's right. 6 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, David, I was wrong. 12 o'clock my time. Oh, I saw Patrick's writing something. I missed that. Oh, that's right. So it was Patrick's question. I thought it was David. Yeah. I will definitely. I'll play that tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, until Monday, when I'll come for the show off here. Exactly, Gare. Well, enough before Saturday. Yeah. All right, guys. So thanks so much for coming today. It's been a blast. And have a great, wonderful Christmas. Make life better, as David says in his live stream. We are called MLB Crew, Make Life Better Crew, which means if you have any nice skill and that skill can help somebody else, then show off, do it, help somebody, and we're going to be better people just by doing that. So my live stream is also all about that. I just want to share what I've learned during my 45 years of playing the guitar, and yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for today, and have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next Monday.
It was in spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me, now she went away. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Things could call me up, down and out by soul. Said, come back, Daddy, thought I need you so. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. Get out of my orchard, let my peaches be. Now she's gone, I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. In spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me, 'cause she went away. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top